beautiful day. Cheers.
On today's show, we have a therapist, a fitness instructor, an author, and a photographer. No, we're not featuring 4 people. It's Dr. Sara Soloman.
I'm Sara Soloman, and I am a dentist. I'm also a physiotherapist and a personal trainer and a WBFF professional fitness model.
Just like her career choices, switching directions is in Sara's blood.
By the time I graduated from dental school, I had put on a few pounds, and a few pounds became more pounds, and I started to become very downtrodden with what was happening to me. So I decided one day, I had my aha moment, and I decided to make that lifestyle change, and I started to eat healthy and exercise. It's kind of funny how one thing led to the next thing that led to the next thing. I was becoming very enamored with fitness, and I started to study it, and I became a personal trainer, and then a spinning instructor, and then a jump rope instructor, and then one day I was approached by a professional fitness model who asked me, would you like to compete? And I said, no. And to make a long story short, I'm about to get on stage for the 7th time.
No problem with stage fright here. Sara's been featured in numerous magazines. She knows health and beauty starts in the kitchen.
I like the fact that when I'm doing the cooking, I know what's going into it. So I know that I'm putting something nutritional into my body rather than, going out to a restaurant and potentially having something nutritional put into your body. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to come here today on this show. I wanted to actually be able to do a healthy cooking show and impart some nutritional strategies that people could actually implement on a day-to-day basis that wouldn't be too challenging, not too much work to do.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Today we have a special guest, somebody that I would love to be stranded on a deserted island with her. Not for the obvious reasons that she's a beautiful girl, but she's a 4-time Spin Magazine cover girl. She's also a doctor, and she is a dentist. So welcome Sara to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Hi Sara, how are you?
I'm excellent. How are you doing,
Good,
Chef
excellent.
Anthony?
So Sara, show us what you have for us today.
All right, today we're going to be making my low-carb pizza. I'm a professional fitness model, so I maintain a very healthy lifestyle year-round. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make a pizza that is actually not laced with saturated fat and cholesterol and sodium.
I'm looking forward to an exciting, healthy pizza. Let's get it started?
Let's get this party started.
What are we using?
Believe it or not, my crust is not particularly conventional. It is made with extra lean ground chicken. Now I'm using white chicken breast.
Right.
So you can actually make a request for that in your grocery store.
Okay.
And I'm going to be adding ground flaxseed, a tablespoon, to this, and we're going to mix this up, and we're going to press it into a pan, and that's going to create our crust.
Wow.
Pseudo crust.
Very unique. I like that. So we have some broccoli, some spinach, some button mushrooms, and some tomatoes, and
a green pepper, which we think looks like a molar.
Being a dentist, everything's got to be
Holy
related.
molar!
All right, so to get us started, so what are we going to do? We're going to add this?
Okay, so we're going to add the extra lean ground chicken, 8 ounces.
Okay.
And then we're going to be adding the 1 tablespoon of the ground flaxseed.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, flaxseed is extremely high in fiber, which is great for alleviating constipation.
That's good.
It also helps you to feel very full, so it's going to prevent you from cheating in between your meals. So that way you're not going to eat so much.
Right on.
And it also stabilizes your blood sugar, so it helps to prevent you from storing fat as well.
Look at that.
All right, so we're going to mixy.
All right, since I touched it already, I'll give it the mix.
I was explaining to Anthony that I'm actually lazy. I'm a very busy person. I'm a dentist who's competing for fitness shows. So I don't have a lot of free time, so I'm not going to cut up an onion. I'm just going to add my dehydrated onion flakes.
So I'm not a fan of that, just so you guys know at home. I prefer to use the real stuff, but I understand that busy life, it's hard sometimes. Yes. So go ahead.
A little pepper.
Right on.
All right. So we're ready to press this into the pan.
Okay. And what do we have here?
Oh, this is going to be our pseudo cheese. Okay, we're not going to be using cheese. This is a dairy-free, gluten-free recipe. This is nutritional yeast, and a lot of vegans like to use this because it has a very nutty and a cheesy flavor when it's added to your recipes. The other benefit of the nutritional yeast is that it's high in B vitamins. We're going to use that a little bit later though.
Okay. You know what, we get a lot of recipes, or we got a lot of emails saying that people would love more gluten-free, dairy-free kind of thing. So I'm very excited to see this. So let's go.
Okay.
We're just going to form this in here?
Yes.
You're gonna
I'm going to put a little bit of coconut oil in there just so it doesn't stick. Why coconut oil? Because it's heat stable and it's also a healthy saturated fat. All right, so we're just going to put that in there, and I just spread that around just to coat it.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to add a little extra flavor as well.
It does. It has a really nice coconut flavor to it.
So load me up now with these toppings.
All right, so we're ready to put some toppings. So first we're going to start with some spinach, which is high in iron. So we're going to dress this up like it's going to the Oscars.
There we go.
All right. And of course we have one of my favorite cruciferous vegetables. This is broccoli, which is broccoli, it's plural, but better. And we're going to be adding this to the dish. What I like about broccoli is that it has more calcium than a glass of milk. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
You did not know that?
But I do know that it is good for you, so.
It is good for you, and it's also going to help prevent colon cancer as well.
Well, there you go.
All right, so we're going to decorate that.
All green vegetables pretty much are good for you, right?
Absolutely. You cannot go wrong with a green veggie. We're going to add some mushrooms.
Mushrooms, what beneficial value do they have?
This is a fungus that's eaten like a vegetable.
Thank you for that. Oh, this is definitely a deep dish pizza.
And now for the best part of the pizza.
Go ahead.
We're going to add our pseudo cheese.
It's just gonna crust it.
It's gonna crust it, and you'll be surprised. You will not know that it's not cheese once it's baked.
It's actually pretty nice.
And I like to once again decorate it with some of my favorite seasoning, chili peppers.
We are very wise of chili peppers. She's got her own language, as you can probably tell.
Okay, let me take all the marbles out of my mouth. Okay, chili peppers. I like to add the chili peppers because it contains an ingredient called capsaicin. And the capsaicin is actually known to increase your metabolism and help you burn fat.
Put lots on because I could use a little bit in summer's here, you know? So load it up. That a girl, thank you. Are you gonna throw those tomatoes on now or later?
Now.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, look at you. We're gonna ovenate this for approximately 25 minutes or an undetermined amount of time. Just take it out when you think it's done.
All right.
Keep an eye on it.
All right, so we're gonna pop this in the oven. When we get back, we're gonna hear some more of Sarah's lingo. And you have something else for us too, no?
Yeah, I do.
Right,
I have a fancy dessert for you.
Wow, well, gluten-free, I imagine.
Oh, of course.
Right on. So let's get this in the oven.
All right.
She's funny, she's gorgeous, she can cook, and she's everywhere.
So the pizza's ready. It's been in the oven at 350 for approximately 25 minutes. Feast your eyes on this.
Beautiful.
Does that look like crust or what?
Absolutely looks great. Look at that. Okay, bring it over here. Let's try it out.
All right, I'm gonna let Chef Anthony do the honors.
All right, we're gonna take it over here so we can all see it at home. Oh, look at that, even firmed up nicely. Doctor, that is incredible.
It tastes like chicken.
You know what, that's so good that I'm thinking of calling my own family doctor, my own dentist, and sending my chart over to you.
All right, now that you're done scoffing the pizza.
It's really good.
Thank you. We're going to be making another physique-friendly dish. This is my cookie dough dip. very straightforward and easy, quick recipe that you can do. So you're going to need a food processor, and we're going to start by adding a scoop of whey protein isolate. Now, this is protein powder that I like to use after my workouts. Next, we're going to add a teaspoon of nut butter. You can use any nut butter that you want to use, whether it's peanut butter. I'm going to use cashew butter today because it has less of that peanut flavor in it, and I want it to taste more like a cookie. We're going to add the coconut butter, or the coconut oil, and you all know how much of a fan I am of the coconut oil. If you want to get more of my healthy recipes, I'm creating a book. It's just about finished, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And for more information, you can go to drsarasoloman.com. So we're going to add a tablespoon of the coconut oil. Now you can have up to 2 tablespoons a day of the coconut oil, and I use this, it's extra virgin, and I use this to saute my chicken, my shrimp. I use it to make my chocolate fudge. You can make your pastries with it. It's an excellent ingredient that everybody should have in their kitchen. And remember, it's a healthy saturated fat. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. This has much less calories, and it has no lactose, and it has a lot less fat than milk. And I like the vanilla flavored one with the cookie.
Sure. Get a little extra flavor.
And if you want to add even just a little bit more vanilla, you can add the vanilla extract, just 1/4 of a teaspoon. This is a tablespoon of gluten-free rolled oats, which is high in fiber, helps to lower your cholesterol levels, and it's pretty inexpensive. And what we're going to do next is we're going to pulse this in the food processor. This is glucomannan powder. You can see it's a white powder.
Yeah.
And it's completely, oh, not more than a teaspoon though. So it has no calories and it has no net carbs. It's all fiber.
Wow.
Okay? So what this does is it absorbs up to 10 times its weight in water, which is why we're going to use it to thicken.
That up.
You can use it to thicken your sauces. And it's also going to keep you regular. Now, I was telling Anthony not to have more than a teaspoon at a time because it will make you very regular, and we want to avoid something which I refer to as fiberia.
They have so much fun.
We're going to be using something called raw cacao nibs. Now, this is the source of all chocolate. It's from the cacao bean, okay?
Look at that. Looks exactly like cookie dough. Don't be surprised if I get your cookbook and steal a couple of these recipes.
Absolutely.
Doc, I'm sorry, but I found my new doctor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Chef Anthony, I would like to remind you, this is cooking competition, not Miss Universe.
I know. You know what a great contestant we had today. A doctor. I mean, I said it best when I said that I'd love to be stranded on a deserted island with her, only because she's a fitness model, she's an author, so she could read to me, she could pose for me, she could clean my teeth, she can cook, and she can take care of me if I'm sick. I mean, doctor, how do you beat that, right? So.
But let's be serious. Oh my God, she cooks amazing.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
I'm going to steal those 2 recipes.
You know what?
They were really good.
You're not the only one. They were really good. I get a lot of people always asking me about gluten-free, dairy-free, and that was very educational.
How about her personality?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
She's a funny girl. She even had her own little language.
I know, I love that. This is amazing.
She was great. It was really, really fun.
But
It's not. But it's not up to us.
to you. Go to lookIcook.com or Look I Cook Facebook page
And
vote
vote
for your favorite recipe. Yeah.
That's
you
right.
need me, Anthony.
I
You do need me.
And not only that, do I need you to speak for me, I also need you in the kitchen. That we're gonna actually put a nice version of a healthy style fish, steamed fish actually, and I hope Sarah likes it. So
Okay, so let's
take
bring our cups and let's go.
Let's take our mug that looks like
I
a
love
tooth,
it.
and
This is so cool.
let's go cook for
Let's
her.
go.
Let's do it.
Chef, chef, can I offer you a cup of tea?
You certainly can. In our molar cups.
Yeah, I love it. This is fun, isn't it?
Sure. We know the dentist.
Do you know what we're drinking? Tea?
Yeah, we're drinking
Yes, the Jack.
oolong tea.
It's good for you.
You know what? It has to be good for you.
It's good for metabolism and burn your calories.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
So you know what? In that case, let's burn a few more calories.
What are you going to do?
We're gonna
Cinnamon.
add a little bit of
I love
cinnamon.
it. Perfect. Okay,
You know,
good.
I learned a little bit from Sara, so we're definitely gonna put a little cinnamon there, burn double the amount. Summer's around the corner.
Cheers. I'm missing my wine, but it's okay. I love those cups.
So I'm gonna keep this here. Are you ready to start cooking?
I am. So what's on the menu?
Well, we're gonna try and stay as healthy as I know how. Obviously, it's not gonna be as healthy as Sara
It's
taught
going to
us.
be a challenge for Anthony, for sure.
But what we have here is we have a very inexpensive steamer.
Okay.
And all we have here is a little bit of water at the bottom. We're going to turn it up just a little bit to get a little rapid boil going.
Okay.
And we're actually going to cook
Fish.
some beautiful snapper. And, you know, this is striped snapper. You can use any kind of fish. But these are just the tops of the leeks.
So
and
just
put it down.
And why are we doing this?
We're
for
doing
the
that.
flavor?
I mean, if you don't have to use this, it's actually it's a little bit of flavor.
As well?
As well as it's just going to prevent anything from falling down and just keeping the moisture inside
Okay,
there.
so far so good?
So far, so excellent. We're gonna just move this to the side, and before we do that, I always like to flavor my water. I mean, we're getting steam out of here. Now, you could keep this plain Jane if you wanted to, but I mean, we have it,
This
so
is great too. This
why
is
not?
Perfect.
Exactly. Why
So,
not?
What's in?
Here we have a little bit of a ponzu.
Okay.
We have a little bit of pickled ginger.
Wow.
We're gonna save a little bit of this because we're gonna use it again later on.
Yeah.
We have some sesame oil.
Okay.
I'm gonna just
It's a pretty cool idea.
turning
I
this
like
up.
it.
Well, it's just instead of using, you know, simple water, I mean, which is absolutely nothing wrong with just using
Right.
some plain water. You could, you
But
know.
this is extra flavor. Why
Exactly.
not?
So we're gonna use.
What's that?
That's just a little bit of chili oil.
Chili oil. Okay.
And one of my favorite things. This is a cooking wine,
yeah.
and we're just gonna add a little bit of that.
Thank you. There's some wine into cooking.
We gotta put. Unfortunately, it's a little bit salted,
Oh,
and that's to prevent the cooks in the kitchen from drinking it in the basement. So I like a little extra heat.
Chili flakes?
So a little bit of extra chili flakes.
Some spice. Why not? Okay.
And
not.
We have some garlic that we've just chopped in half, and
That's
we're gonna
it, you
throw
don't
it in
have
here.
to peel that.
You don't have to peel it because afterwards we're gonna actually use a little bit of this liquid, but we are gonna strain it.
You know what? That looks like rusty cooking for me.
I mean, you can smell it. I mean, you can smell it compared to what it smelled like before, and it already adds that
Or
little
aroma.
extra layer of flavor. Exactly. So now we're just gonna put this back on top, and you can already start seeing the steam come up. Right?
Where can I get those?
These, you know what? You can find them at almost any store. I found this at an Asian market. They're very inexpensive. I actually used them a few times. If they damage, it's not even a
Yeah,
big
they
deal.
use them for dim sums.
Exactly, right?
Love it.
Right. Now,
Okay.
again, if you didn't have any kind of leaves, you could use banana leaves. You could use. I mean, here, look. We can even take a little bit of parsley.
Oh,
Okay.
nice, green, spicy, beautiful.
That's right. And at the same time, it's going to build up our fish and let the flavors circulate around
Right.
it. So you're going to get, you know, even cooking everywhere. Now.
Okay, so we're putting our fish on. Okay.
There we go. So we're just going to actually just put our fish right in here.
Yep.
We're just going to add our tomatoes
Yeah.
and our peppers in here. We are going to use a little bit of
Coconut
oil. You know, at a.
Bravo. What's going on, Anthony? We're
Well-
so Italian. I love my oil.
I usually put my extra virgin, but
Yeah.
you know, when in Rome, we learned all the beneficial value of coconut oil. So, you know, we might as well stay within the theme, right?
Yeah,
And
sounds good.
if we're getting a little healthy, why not stay with the whole
Absolutely.
process, right?
Okay,
So,
so now-
we're going to switch around. We're going to leave this. Like I said, this is going to take
How
about
long?
10 or 12 minutes.
Okay.
For this little salsa that we're making, we're actually just going to put a lid on it, and if you forget about it until you char it. Now, what
Okay.
you're left with is you're actually left with this. And I've already taken the liberty of taking the skin off the
From
tomatoes
tomatoes
and the
and pepper.
peppers.
Okay.
I actually diced up the peppers already, and the tomatoes I haven't. Now you can see all this little bit of juice that's in the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's going to add this incredible flavor that we're going to get.
Smells so good
It
already.
smells great already. We have a little bit of cilantro and
Mm-hmm.
parsley.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give this a rough chop. Now what I need you to do is just take this, undo it from the elastic,
Mm-hmm.
and drop them inside here. And this is some asparagus. I mean, you could use bok choy, you can use anything you wanted.
Whatever you like. I can't wait to try.
This fish is almost there.
You think it's ready?
Yeah, I think
A few more minutes?
I think we're a minute away.
Oh.
So in the meantime, we're just gonna add some of this
that.
fresh leeks on top. And now literally 1 minute away, we have just enough time, Ada, to have another tea before we eat.
Okay, here you go.
You know,
Cheers again.
I don't know if it's the tea I like or the cup that I'm drinking from, but today was an awesome day.
Love it.
So, let's get our plate.
Okay, we're going to play with this. Okay, let me just help you a little bit.
You know, we're never supposed to, when you cook something, you're never supposed to toot your own horn. But Ada,
Love
that was incredible.
You are the best.
We're actually going to cook her a little bit of a healthy fish, steamed fish version of her healthy way of going. And
He doesn't know what to say anymore. Let's just go cook.
I'm glad you guys are going to use the first one. I'm definitely one of those people asking, what the heck is that?
Is that okay?
Look at this, the smallest cutting board I've ever seen in my life.
I'm number 2. It's completely. Hold on, I just had a brain fart.
Yeah. It's the fiberia.
Fiberia. I have fiberia again. Today's episode was a hoot and a half. And how cool was Chef Anthony? Seriously, that guy's cooler than the center seed of a cucumber. So I would say we successfully pulled off taking the hell out of healthy. We managed to make delicious recipes that are good for you and physique friendly. So vote for me.